English with EduWorld.
Learn English. Connect with world.
Hey, Kenny. Good morning.
Morning, Anna. You sound extra energetic today.
I had coffee. That explains everything. How are you feeling today?
Pretty good, actually. A bit sleepy, but excited to record.
Same here. Hey, what did you do before coming to the studio this morning?
Nothing special. Grabbed breakfast, checked my phone. Oh, I ran into a friend downstairs.
Oh, really? Who?
My old neighbor. I haven't seen him in months.
Nice. Did you guys talk?
Not really. We just said hi, then silence, then, okay, bye.
That's it. No questions, no small talk?
I don't know. My brain just froze. I wanted to say something, but nothing came out.
You know what's interesting? Moments like that happen every day. Tiny moments. A friend, a neighbor, a stranger. And sometimes one simple question could turn that silence into a real conversation.
Yeah, I wish I knew what to say.
Well, today's episode might change that. Because what if I told you the difference between confident speakers and silent learners isn't vocabulary or grammar? It's just one small habit. Kenny, can I ask you something honestly?
That sounds serious. Okay, go ahead.
I want to know, why do you get quiet when you speak English?
Quiet? Do I?
Yeah, when we record podcasts, you talk a lot. But when we meet foreigners, you suddenly become very polite, very silent, and very, okay, yeah.
Okay, that's true. I just don't know what to say sometimes.
But your English is good.
It's not about English. It's like my brain stops working. I start thinking too much. What should I say? Is this grammar correct? What if I sound stupid? And then I miss the moment. The conversation moves on without me.
So you wait until you have the perfect sentence.
Exactly. But perfect sentences never come, so I just smile.
Do you know something interesting?
What?
Fluent speakers don't think more. They actually think less.
Wait, what? That makes no sense.
Smiling. They don't try to say smart things. They don't prepare long answers. They don't search for big vocabulary. They do one simple thing.
What's that?
They ask questions.
Questions? That's it.
That's it. When you ask questions, you don't need perfect grammar. You don't need long sentences, and you never run out of things to say.
So you're telling me, instead of worrying about speaking, I should just ask.
Exactly. Because here's the secret, Kenny. The best talkers aren't great speakers. They're great askers.
Wow. So all this time, I was trying to impress people when I just needed to be curious.
Yes, and today we're going to show everyone watching this how one simple question can keep a conversation alive forever.
You know what's funny, Anna? I've studied English for more than 10 years. Grammar books, vocabulary lists, tenses, conditionals, passive voice. I know all of that. But when someone actually talks to me, I feel like a beginner again.
That happens to a lot of learners. What usually goes through your mind in that moment?
Honestly, too many things. It's like my brain opens 20 tabs at the same time. I'm thinking, what tense should I use? Is my pronunciation okay? Did I say that word correctly? What if they don't understand me? What if they think my English is bad? And while I'm thinking about all that, they're already talking. Or worse, the conversation just dies.
So you're not listening anymore. You're fighting with your own thoughts.
Exactly. Sometimes I don't even hear what they say. I'm too busy trying to build the perfect sentence.
And that pressure makes you tired, right?
So tired. After just 5 minutes of speaking English, I feel exhausted. But when I speak Vietnamese, I can talk for hours. No stress, no thinking, just talking.
Because in your native language, you don't try to sound perfect. You just communicate. But in English, you're trying to perform, like an exam.
Yes, that's exactly it. Every conversation feels like a test, like someone is grading me.
Let me tell you something important. Native speakers don't talk like they're taking a test. They talk like they're playing catch. You say something, I say something back. You ask something, I respond. Simple, natural, easy. But learners, they try to give speeches.
That's so true. I always prepare long answers, like mini presentations, but then I forget everything.
Because conversations are not presentations, they're exchanges, back and forth, back and forth. And here's the real problem. When you don't know what to say, you stop. You smile, you nod, and you say, yeah, right, okay.
That's literally me.
And what happens after that?
Silence. Awkward silence. Then the other person looks at their phone or talks to someone else, and I feel invisible.
It's not because your English is bad, Kenny. It's because you're carrying all the weight by yourself. You think you have to talk. You have to impress. You have to create the conversation. But that's not how communication works.
So, what should I do instead? Because right now, every time I speak English, I feel pressure here. Like I can't breathe.
Then maybe you're trying too hard to speak when you should be learning how to ask. Because sometimes the easiest way to talk more is to talk less and ask better questions.
Curious. Ask instead of answer?
Exactly. And once you understand this, you'll never feel stuck in a conversation again.
Anna, can I be honest?
Always.
Listening to you just now, I feel a little relieved because I thought I was the only one who felt this scared. Like, maybe I'm just bad at English.
You're not bad, Kenny. You're normal. Almost every learner feels this. They just don't talk about it. They think, everyone else is confident, only me is stupid. But the truth? Millions of people are silently struggling the same way.
That actually makes me feel better.
And if you're listening right now, maybe you feel the same too. Maybe you also freeze in conversations. Maybe you also say, yeah, okay, and hope the other person keeps talking. Maybe you avoid speaking English even though you've studied for years. If that's you, you're not alone. And this episode is exactly for you.
Yeah, this feels like therapy for English learners.
A little bit, right? So, before we continue, I want to ask everyone something simple. If you've ever felt nervous speaking English, or if conversations make you tired, just type me in the comments. Let's see how many of us are in this together.
That's actually a cool idea. Because sometimes you just need to know you're not fighting alone.
Exactly. And if you want to speak more naturally, more confidently, without pressure, stay with us, because in the next part, I'm going to show you a tiny change that completely changes how you talk. Not more grammar, not more vocabulary, just one simple skill. Questions.
You know, what you said earlier really surprised me about asking questions instead of trying to speak perfectly. It sounds so simple, but no teacher ever told me that before. In school, it was always grammar, 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 rules, tests, scores. Nobody taught me how to actually talk.
Yeah, that's exactly why we started doing this.
Doing what?
English with EduWorld. Not lessons, not lectures, just real conversations. Because a few years ago, I met a student named Jack. He knew thousands of words. His grammar was almost perfect. But every time I asked him a simple question like, "So, what did you do this weekend?" he froze. Every single time.
Seriously? Even with good grammar?
Yeah. He told me, "Anna, when I speak English, my mind goes blank. I feel stupid." And that broke my heart because he wasn't stupid at all. He just never practiced real communication. So we stopped studying textbooks. We just sat down, had coffee, and talked. Simple questions, simple answers, every day. And slowly, he changed. He stopped translating. He stopped overthinking. He just talked.
Simile, that sounds way more human, less like a classroom.
Exactly. That's what EduWorld is. Not perfect English, just real English for real people having real conversations. All right, Kenny, let's imagine something simple. You're at the airport. First time traveling abroad alone. Long flight, new country, everything in English. How do you feel?
Honestly, terrified.
Airports make me nervous, even in New York.
In English? Double nervous.
Why?
Because everyone looks busy. The staff talk fast, people behind me are waiting, and I feel like if I say something wrong, I will look stupid. So usually, I just stay quiet.
Exactly. And that's what most learners do. They go silent, not because their English is bad, but because their brain freezes under pressure. Let me ask you something. At the airport, do you really need difficult English?
Probably not.
You don't need big vocabulary. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need one thing: the courage to ask simple questions. Because questions turn strangers into helpers. Silence turns you into a problem. Okay, let's role play. You're Kenny. I'm the airport staff. Ready?
Okay, I'll try.
Hello? Can I help you?
Yes, long pause. It's okay, thank you.
See? That's the freeze. Your brain is screaming, grammar, grammar, sentence, perfect sentence, so nothing comes out. Now let's change one thing. Don't try to explain. Don't try to speak perfectly. Just ask. Short questions, 2, 3, 4 words only. Ready?
Okay.
Hello? Can I help you?
Yes. Where is gate 25?
Straight ahead.
Thank you. How long does it take?
About 5 minutes.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
See the difference?
Wait, that felt easy. I didn't think at all.
Because questions remove pressure. When you ask, you don't need long sentences. You don't need grammar. You just need curiosity. Think about it. When you ask a question, the other person talks more, you listen more, you get time to breathe, your brain relaxes, conversation keeps moving. So instead of carrying the conversation, you share the weight.
That makes so much sense. Before I thought I had to speak a lot to sound fluent, but now I realize I just need to guide the conversation.
Let's practice more airport situations. Short, natural, simple. Repeat after me. Situation A, lost luggage.
Excuse me, where can I report lost luggage?
Good. Add one more question.
How long does it usually take?
Situation B, immigration.
Is this the right line? How long is the wait? What documents do you need?
Situation C, boarding.
Has boarding started? Which group am I? Can I bring this bag?
Notice something? None of these sentences are complicated. No advanced grammar, no difficult vocabulary, but they're powerful because every question opens a door. You know, last year, one of my students traveled to Singapore alone, first time using English outside Vietnam. She messaged me later and said, "Anna, I didn't speak perfect English, but I kept asking questions, and everyone helped me. For the first time, I wasn't scared." That's when she realized English isn't about sounding smart, it's about staying connected.
I like that. Stay connected, not be perfect.
Exactly. Perfection kills conversations. Questions keep them alive. So next time you're at an airport, don't prepare speeches. Don't translate sentences in your head. Just remember, when you feel nervous, ask. When you don't know what to say, ask. When your brain freezes, ask. Because one simple question is stronger than 10 perfect sentences.
Okay, I'm starting to see it now. Maybe speaking English isn't about talking more. Maybe it's about asking better.
Exactly. And this is just the airport. Wait until you see what happens when you use questions in daily life. Meeting new people, talking to neighbors, shopping, that's where the real magic begins. All right, Kenny. Airport situations are short. You ask, they answer, done. But now let's talk about something much harder.
Harder than airports?
Way harder. Small talk. Meeting new people.
Oh, no. That's my worst nightmare.
Exactly. Because at the airport, you just need information. But when you meet someone new, you need connection. And connection is where most English learners freeze. Let me guess what happens. You meet someone at a party or class or company event. They smile and say, "Hi, nice to meet you." And you say,
Nice to meet you too.
"Then?"
Then silence. Very long, very awkward silence. We both smile like robots. Then we look at our phones.
Exactly. And you know what's funny? It's not because you don't know English. It's because you don't know what to ask. Okay, let's role play the normal version first, the bad version. Ready?
Okay, let's embarrass me.
Hi, I'm Anna. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Kenny. Nice to meet you too.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Silence.
Conversation dead in 5 seconds. World record.
This is too real. I hate it.
Why did it die? Because both people are waiting for the other person to talk. Nobody is leading. Nobody is curious. Here's the secret nobody teaches you. When you meet someone new, your job is not to talk about yourself. Your job is to discover them. Think like a journalist or a detective. Your mission is simple. Ask, learn, ask again.
So focus on them, not me?
Exactly, because people love talking about themselves. If you give them questions, they will do 70% of the talking, and you just relax. I call this the question flow. 3 simple steps. Step 1, start easy. Step 2, go deeper. Step 3, follow their story. Not random questions, connected questions, like a river. Let's try again, but this time, only questions. Short ones. Ready?
Okay.
Hi, I'm Anna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, how do you know the host?
Oh, we work together.
Oh, really? What do you do?
I'm a designer.
That's cool. How long have you been doing that?
About 3 years.
Nice. Do you enjoy it?
See what happened?
Wait, that felt like a real conversation. I didn't feel stuck at all.
Because every answer gave you the next question. You didn't need to think. You just followed her story. Let me explain something important. When someone answers your question, their brain feels rewarded. They feel heard. They feel important. So they like you more. Not because your English is perfect, but because you listen, and listening is attractive.
So, asking questions actually makes people like you?
Yes, good English doesn't make friends. Good energy does. And curiosity is the best energy. Can I tell you a story?
Of course.
I had a student named Lon join our EduWorld speaking club last year. First day, she said maybe 5 words the whole class. Super shy, always looking down. She told me, "Anna, I don't know what to say. My mind is empty." So I gave her one rule. Don't try to speak. Just ask 3 questions every time you meet someone. That's it. Nothing else. 1 week later, she came back smiling. She said, "Teacher, people talk to me for 20 minutes now. I don't even try." Because once she asked, "Where are you from? What brought you here? How do you like it so far?" people just kept talking. She only needed small reactions. "Really? That's interesting. No way." And suddenly, she wasn't the quiet girl anymore. She was the friendly one.
Wow, that's powerful. She didn't change her English, she changed her strategy.
Exactly. Fluency is often strategy, not skill. Okay, Kenny, let's practice. I'll give you situations. You ask questions only. Ready?
Let's do it.
Situation A, new classmate.
Hi, is this your first time here? Where are you from? What are you studying? Do you like it so far?
Situation B, new coworker.
How long have you worked here? What department are you in? What projects are you working on? Is it busy these days?
Situation C, coffee shop stranger.
What are you drinking? Is it good? Do you come here often?
Notice something? These questions are simple, but they create endless conversations because every answer creates a new path.
You know what I realized? All this time, I thought speaking English meant talking more. But now it feels like speaking English is actually caring more.
Exactly. Language is not performance, it's connection. And connection starts with one small thing, curiosity. So next time you meet someone new, don't panic. Don't prepare big sentences. Just smile and ask. Because one good question can turn a stranger into a friend. Okay, Kenny, we survived the airport. We made new friends. Now comes the real test.
What's harder than both of those?
Daily life. Neighbors, supermarkets, elevators, small random moments.
Oh no, those are the most awkward ones, because it's not important enough to prepare, but not short enough to escape.
Exactly. There's no script. No, excuse me, where is gate 25? No, what do you do for work? It's just life. And that's where conversations quietly die. Part 1. Talking to your neighbor. The avoidance habit. Let me guess what you usually do. You move into a new apartment, you see your neighbor in the hallway, you both make eye contact. Then,
I look at my phone, pretend I'm busy, walk faster.
why?
Because I don't know what to say. It feels weird to suddenly speak English. So my brain says, escape now.
That's what most learners do. But here's the problem. If you avoid these small moments, you lose 50 chances to practice every week. Big conversations are rare. Small conversations are everywhere. Scene 1. The frozen version. Okay, elevator scene. I'm your neighbor. Doors close. It's quiet. Ready?
This already feels uncomfortable.
Hi.
Hi.
Silence. 10 seconds. Longest elevator ride ever.
That's exactly how it feels.
Scene 2. Question strategy. Now, let's try the question method. Remember, short, light, friendly. Not interview. Just curiosity. Ready? Hi.
Hi. Did you just move in?
Yeah, last week.
Oh, nice. Which floor are you on?
5th.
Cool. How do you like the building so far?
It's great, actually. See? Now it's warm, human, comfortable.
And I didn't need difficult English at all.
Let's give everyone some ready-to-use questions. Super simple ones. Repeat after me. Which floor are you on? Did you just move in? How do you like the area? Is it your first time living here? Do you know any good restaurants nearby? How long have you lived here?
These are so easy, but they feel natural.
Exactly. Small talk is not smart talk. It's warm talk. Mini story, real life. One of my students told me something interesting. He practiced English only with taxi drivers and neighbors. 5 minutes a day, nothing serious. But after 3 months, he became more confident than students who studied grammar for years. Because confidence doesn't come from books. It comes from tiny daily wins. Part 2. Supermarket conversations.
Okay, neighbors make sense, but supermarkets, we don't really talk there, right?
That's what you think, but there are so many small chances. Asking staff, chatting at the checkout, talking to strangers about products. Every one of those is free speaking practice. Scene 3. The Frozen Shopper. Let's be honest. Normally, you walk in, find your stuff, pay, leave. Zero English.
Yeah, ninja mode, invisible.
But imagine this. What if you used just 3 questions? Your whole experience changes. Scene 4. Question version. Hello, can I help you?
Yes, where can I find the milk?
Aisle 3.
Thanks. By the way, which brand do you recommend?
This one's popular.
Great, thank you.
Simple. But now you had a real interaction. Your brain practiced English. You built confidence. More supermarket questions. Try these. Is this on sale? Do you have a bigger size? Which one is better? When do you close? Can I pay by card? Where is the checkout?
These feel like real-life English, not textbook English.
Because they are real-life English. Textbooks teach essays. Life uses questions. Why daily questions are powerful. Here's something most learners don't realize. Big conversations are scary, but daily micro-conversations train your brain slowly. Every small question tells your brain, I'm safe. English is normal. I can do this. After 100 small questions, you naturally speak better, without studying.
So it's like going to the gym, small reps every day.
Exactly. Speaking is a muscle. Questions are the easiest exercise. Emotional close.
You know what's funny? I used to think I needed special situations to practice English. Foreign friends, business meetings, big events. But now I realize practice is everywhere. Elevators, hallways, stores, everyday life. I was just too scared to open my mouth.
Yeah, English isn't something you turn on only in class. It's something you sprinkle into your life, little by little, one question at a time. Because sometimes a simple "how's your day" is more powerful than a perfect speech.
So the rule is, when life gives me a small moment, ask something.
Exactly. Don't escape, engage. Because every question is one more step toward confidence, and confidence is fluency.
Anna, can I be honest?
Always.
Listening to all these examples today, airport, neighbors, supermarkets, I suddenly realized something. It's not that I can't speak English, it's that I've been choosing not to.
What do you mean?
I avoid moments. Every day. Small ones. Tiny chances. I just let them pass.
Yeah, and most people don't even notice they're doing that. It becomes a habit, a silent habit.
You know what's scary? I've studied English for almost 10 years. 10 years. Thousands of hours. Grammar books, apps, courses. But if you ask me, how many real conversations have I actually had? Maybe 20? 30? That's crazy.
Because you were preparing to speak instead of speaking.
Yeah, it's like learning how to swim by reading books about swimming.
Exactly. And here's the dangerous part. Staying silent feels safe. There's no embarrassment, no mistakes, no awkward moments. So your brain says, good job, stay quiet, stay comfortable. But comfort is expensive.
Expensive?
Yeah. Every time you don't ask a question, you pay a price. You lose one connection, one smile, one opportunity, one tiny bit of confidence. You don't feel it immediately, but after months, after years, you suddenly realize nothing changed.
That hurts because it's true.
Let me tell you something personal. When I first moved abroad, my English wasn't great either. I remember standing in a cafe. I wanted to ask, is this seat taken? 3 seconds. That's all it would take. But I didn't ask. I just walked away. And I still remember that moment, not because it was important, but because I let fear win for no reason.
Wow, even you felt that?
Everyone feels that. Fluent speakers aren't fearless. They just speak anyway.
You know what's worse? Sometimes I go home and think, I should have said something. Like replaying the scene in my head. Imaginary conversations, perfect sentences, perfect pronunciation. But it's too late. The moment is gone.
Yeah, and life doesn't rewind. Conversations don't come back. Moments don't repeat. That neighbor won't move in again. That traveler won't stand next to you again. That stranger won't ask for help again. Every missed question is a door that quietly closes.
So it's not about English anymore, right? It's about life.
Exactly, because language is connection. If you don't speak, you don't connect. And if you don't connect, you slowly feel smaller, more invisible, like you're just watching life instead of living it.
That's exactly how I feel sometimes. Like I'm in the room, but not really there. Everyone talking, laughing, sharing stories, and I'm just smiling, nodding, pretending I understand.
And that feeling, that's not lack of vocabulary, that's lack of courage to ask one small question.
So all this time, I thought fluency meant speaking perfectly, but maybe fluency just means not hiding anymore.
Yes, fluency is participation. It's saying, hey, I'm here too, even if your English isn't perfect, even if your sentence is simple, even if you make mistakes. Because silence protects your ego, but it steals your growth.
Then I don't want to stay silent anymore. I don't want to keep waiting until my English is better. I've waited long enough.
Good, because the truth is, your English doesn't improve first, your courage improves first. Then your English follows.
So from now on, even small moments, I ask something, anything.
Exactly. One question. That's all it takes to change everything.
Anna, today feels different. I don't feel like I just learned English. I feel like I learned how to live in English. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense, because English was never the goal. Connection was. English is just the bridge.
You know what's funny? After all those examples today, airport, neighbors, supermarket, I keep replaying them in my head. Like, did you just move in? Which floor are you on? Where can I find the milk? Which one do you recommend? They're so simple, but they feel powerful.
Because simple questions open doors. Not perfect grammar, not big vocabulary, just small courage.
Honestly, I feel a little stupid now. All these years, I was memorizing fancy sentences when I only needed, "Hi, how's your day?"
Don't feel stupid. Everyone starts there. The difference is, most people keep waiting. They say, I'll speak when my English is better, but that day never comes.
So, what should we actually do, like starting tomorrow? Not theory, real life.
Okay, let's make it simple. A tiny challenge. 7 days. 1 week. Only one rule.
What rule?
Every day, ask one question in English. Just one. That's it. At the airport, at work, at a coffee shop, to your neighbor, to a cashier, anyone, anywhere.
Only one question? That sounds too easy.
Exactly. It has to be easy, because easy becomes consistent. Consistent becomes confidence. Confidence becomes fluency.
So, day one, maybe I ask my neighbor, "Did you just move in?" Day two, at the supermarket, "Which one do you recommend?" Day three, at work, "How was your weekend?"
Perfect. See? Real English, real life. No pressure, no performance. Just talking.
I like that. It doesn't feel like studying. It feels like living.
And that's exactly what we try to do here at English with EduWorld. Not lectures, not heavy grammar, just conversations like this. Moments you can copy, practice, use immediately. Like you're sitting with friends, not sitting in a classroom.
Yeah, it really feels like that. Like I'm not learning alone.
So, if these talks help you, if they make English feel lighter, more human, then stay with us. Practice with us. Share these conversations with someone who's also afraid to speak. Because sometimes people don't need more vocabulary, they just need a little push and a friend saying, "Hey, you can do this."
Okay, tomorrow, no more hiding. One question, no excuses.
That's all it takes. One question can change your day. One conversation can change your confidence. And one small step can change your English forever.
You know, Anna, today feels different from other lessons. Usually, after studying English, I feel tired, like my brain is full. But today, I feel lighter, like I just had a good conversation with a friend.
Good, because that's exactly what this is. Not a lesson, just a conversation.
And for the first time, English doesn't feel scary anymore. It feels possible. Like I don't need perfect sentences. I just need one small question.
That's the secret most people miss. Big changes don't come from big grammar books. They come from tiny daily courage. One, "Hi," one, "How are you?" one, "What do you think?" That's how real speaking begins.
So tomorrow, I'm starting the challenge. One question a day. No hiding.
I love that. And if you're watching right now, maybe you can try it with Kenny too. Just one question tomorrow. That's all. Keep it simple, keep it real.
And if practicing like this helps you, come back and practice with us again. These talks really feel like training with friends.
Yeah, we'll keep sharing more real-life conversations here at English with EduWorld. More stories, more situations, more English you can actually use outside your door. So if you want to keep growing with us, just stay connected. Subscribe if you'd like, and join us in the next episode.
Same time, same coffee, more questions?
Always more questions. Because remember, fluency doesn't start with perfect English. It starts the moment you decide to speak.
See you in the next conversation. Bye-bye.